The Sweet 16 kicks off Thursday night with the marquee matchups, Wisconsin and UNC, and West Virginia taking on the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats.
Joining us to break it all down now is CBSSports.com college basketball writer Chip Patterson. Chip, really, does West Virginia have a chance to knock off undefeated Kentucky?
A chance? I wouldn't say it's a great chance. You're going up against a team that is just absolutely loaded, and West Virginia's best chance is going to be to try and make this team uncomfortable. West Virginia is #1 in the country in fouls committed per game, so I imagine that an already chippy team going up against an undefeated squad is going to come out and play a little physical, rough it up, see if the pretty boys that are going to the NBA are going to be able to hang with this West Virginia squad with not a slight to them, just not nearly as much NBA talent.
And Chip, another big matchup is top seed Wisconsin versus 4th seed North Carolina. So does UNC have a chance in this game?
I think so. They're going to be able to at least get out and run, move the ball up and down the floor. And the test is going to be whether North Carolina can play good, solid defense for 30, 35 seconds. Because what Wisconsin's going to do is they're going to try and work the ball around and really wait for North Carolina's defense to make a mistake. And honestly, that's been something that North Carolina's kind of struggled with. They did a very good job against Louisville and against Virginia in the ACC tournament. If they lean on those experiences, I'll give North Carolina a shot. But Frank Kaminsky is going to be a problem, especially if Kennedy Meeks, the starting center for the Tar Heels, doesn't play. He's been dealing with the knee injury. He went to shoot-arounds today, but it is still looking doubtful for him playing in the Sweet 16.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's move on. No Virginia, no Villanova. Is the East region, Michigan State's, really to lose?
It's tough because you feel comfortable looking elsewhere. You think Kentucky's going to come out of the Midwest. It'll either be Wisconsin or Arizona in the West. Kentucky in the Midwest. And in the South, you really got to like Duke's chances. But in the East, it's pretty much wide open. Michigan State has been made the favorite by the odds makers. But I think that Oklahoma's right there. I think that NC State could even do this. And Villanova, all these teams have had such a variance. They've been great at times. They've been really head-scratchingly bad at times. The thing that I like particularly about Sparty is what they showed before the Virginia game. Tom Izzo has admitted that this is not as talented as other Michigan State teams, but he scrapped all of their defensive concepts and taught a brand new defense in just 2 nights to beat Virginia. He said that this team is led by its seniors, Travis Trice and Brandon Dawson, playing some of their best basketball of the year. If they're able to learn a brand new game plan in 2 nights and execute it to beat Virginia, then I certainly think they have what it takes to get to the Final Four.
And Chippy just said it. You like Duke, right, versus Utah on Friday. So what is the key for Duke in this game?
It's got to be Justice Winslow. Yeah. He is a guy who you can sort of tell. He's like a barometer for this team. When he is plugged in, then everyone else feeds off of him. He does a great job on the defensive glass getting rebounds. We've gotten highlight upon highlight of him chasing players down and coming up with big blocks. He is not the biggest offensive threat. That would be Jahlil Okafor, who just has an insane skill set for a big man. But Justice Winslow, if Duke is going to get to the Final Four and contend for a title, he's the guy that's going to make it happen.
Can we talk brackets for a minute? Is this pretty much one of the lowest performance years in brackets, given all of the upsets at the beginning of this tournament?
We at least don't have any more perfect brackets, and that happened almost immediately. In fact, through the first slate on Thursday, more than 99% of the brackets were busted, as we saw the 14 seeds, UAB on one side, Georgia State on the other, taking out those 3 seeds. That was just something that a lot of people didn't call. In fact, we were talking about the East region earlier. Villanova and Virginia were among the 6 most popular Final Four combinations. Nobody really had anyone else coming out of the East. So this is still, at least a lot of people have Kentucky and Duke. That is the most popular title game pick. So in pools, if you got Kentucky and Duke, you're still rooting for that. But a lot of people are pretty much out after these first weekends.
Yeah, I would guess so.
I was bummed when Harvard didn't make it.
Yeah.
All right, Chip Patterson, thanks so much, Chip.